Hello students, good morning. How are you? Hope you all are fine and doing well. Yesterday sent your result to your group. You might have seen your result. I must congratulate you. Welcome to BSc third year. I am actually not enthusiastic for this type of teaching. Uh, but in this time of COVID pandemic, we don't have other alternative. This is the only reliable way to reach you for teaching our syllabus. Many of you might be having the syllabus of BSc third year. I have PDF copy of your syllabus. I will send to your group so that it will be at your hand all the time. Today I am going to talk about your syllabus. It is just introductory general talk. Just like to your course in BSc second year. In BSc third year also, you have two theory papers for fifth semester, two theory papers for sixth semester, two practical annual papers. Last year you have been allotted SSC. The same SSC is to be continued this year. There won't be any change in the SSC subjects allotted to you. For the fifth semester, we have two papers. Compulsory paper is quantum mechanics. Paper number 12. Paper number 13, solid state physics. I am going to teach you quantum mechanics. Pawan will teach you solid state physics. To the sixth semester, two more theory papers are there. Compulsory paper will be digital electronics and communication. The elective paper will be atomic and molecular physics. I will teach digital electronics and communication electronics. Pawan will teach you atomic and molecular physics. For physics SSC students, there will be two theory papers, two SSC papers again. One SSC paper for fifth semester and the SSC 4 for sixth semester. Last year you were having Fortran as one SSC paper and optics as other SSC paper. This year we are going to teach you one SSC paper on AC electricity, different types of AC devices we use, such as AC motor, the inverters we use for electricity in our houses when there is power cut, and so many other things will be there. How to do the electric fitting at homes, how to prepare the map of electrical fitting, the connections on board, types of connections, The terminals we use with 2 pins, with 3 pins. So many things are there. This will be included in one paper. In the other paper, we are going to talk about most of the electronic components which are generally used as power components or power devices. Uh, Maybe UJT, maybe SCR, so many other are there. And with this, we are going to perform 10 to 12 practicals for AC electrical circuits and 10 to 12 practicals for the electronics. Paper pattern, you know. The paper pattern you had last year, the same pattern will be continued this year. 10 marks of theory will be for CA, continuous assessment. 40 marks of each theory will be for ESC, end semester examination. You know the paper pattern of end semester examination. It will be of 40 marks. It will have 3 major questions. First major question will be of 15 marks. Second question will be of again 15 marks. Third question will be of 10 marks. In the first question, you have to attempt a question of 15 mark or 2 questions of 8 and 7 marks respectively. The same is the case for the second question. In the third question, you will be asked to write short notes. Whole syllabus will be covered in this question pattern. The same pattern will be used for all theory papers of physics. The practical pattern will be again same. You will be having 2 practical papers. You have to study these papers in annual pattern. Each practical paper will be of 50 marks. 10 marks from each practical paper will be for continuous assessment. 40 marks will be for end semester examination as usual. Let me talk about the paper that I am going to teach you in 5th semester, quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is entirely different from the mechanics you studied in earlier classes. The mechanics you studied in earlier classes were closely related with Newtonian mechanics. The concepts that we have to use in quantum mechanics will be completely different from the concepts we used in earlier classes, in earlier levels. There are 4 units in quantum mechanics. First unit is about the particle properties of waves. Second unit about the Schrodinger equations. Third unit is about applications of quantum mechanics. And fourth unit is about the hydrogen atom. This paper is very lengthy. And we need much more time as compared to other theory papers to complete this paper. First chapter is dealing with different types of experiments which are to be studied in support of particle properties of waves. Most part of the first paper, the first chapter, the first unit is theoretical. Taking these concepts into consideration, we shall go to second chapter. Second chapter is totally mathematical about Schrodinger equations. While we derive Schrodinger equations, time dependent form of Schrodinger equation, steady state form of Schrodinger equation, operators, and so many other things are there. Probability, current density, etc. etc. We are going to use the concept of quanta. The concept of quanta or energy packet, which was introduced by Max Planck, the German physicist who worked with Einstein for most of the time in developing and studying uh, different theories. The concepts we studied in Newtonian mechanics are to be changed when we are going to study quantum mechanics. We shall compare study of waves using Newtonian mechanics as well as quantum mechanics. In Schrodinger equation, we shall start with the equation for wave function. Wave function is imaginary concept. Whenever a body is in motion, according to Schrodinger, according to de Broglie, according to all quantum physicists, quantum scientists, a wave is associated with that body, with that particle. And the function which describes the wave associated with the moving object, the moving particle, is known as the wave function. We may consider this wave function is just similar to the displacement of the particles when a wave is propagating. Displacement is a physical quantity. It has dimensions. It has unit. It is measurable physical quantity. Unlike this displacement, the wave function associated with a moving body is not a measurable physical quantity. It is not having any dimensions. It is not having any unit. It is taken as a complex quantity. But without this wave function, it is not possible to make any study in quantum mechanics. So we shall use a few concepts from Newton mechanics, from waves and oscillations, and using all this, we shall move forward to study various concepts of quantum mechanics. Today, this is just introductory idea about the paper we are going to study. Tomorrow, I will start with second chapter. Let me tell you the chronology of chapters we are going to study. Instead of starting our study from the first unit, we shall start it from second unit. We shall first complete second unit, then we shall go for the third one. After that, we shall go for fourth one. First unit is much big. I'm hoping that this pandemic may subside in earlier future, and when it subsides in earlier future, we may meet in the classroom, and at that time I may go for the first unit. If it would not be possible in future, I will continue online teaching, and finally we shall go for the first unit. I am going to send you link of the video lectures of mine on your group. You have to go for the link, open the link. When you open the link, you can download the video lectures, go through it. Different ways, different options are there. Even I can go for interactive teaching. But the problem is that in interactive teaching, you all students need to have continuous network. If some of you loses continuous network, you will miss the lecture. And if you missed the lecture, there won't be any link between different lectures. And I don't want it to happen with you. And so, we physics people, even mathematics people, uh, actually all the people who needed to work out mathematical parts, various derivations, various rigorous mathematics, we all have decided to go for video lectures. Advantage of sending you video lectures is that as and when you have the connectivity of the network, you can download the video and you can watch the video any number of times. Try to understand the concepts taught in that lecture so that nobody from BSc third year class is going to miss any lecture of physics. That's why we are going for video lectures. We have decided one more thing. We will have interactive teaching at least one day in a week. The interaction may be for 10 minutes, maybe for 15 minutes. At that time, you all are needed to be online. The person who is the student who is interested in asking question, or all the students, those who have some doubts, some ambiguities, they are free to ask question. For that, you people need to download Skype. We shall continue our interactive teaching on Skype, and that in that interactive teaching, in that interaction, you are free to ask questions on the last video lectures you watched. Some concepts you might not have got, some mathematical part you may not have understood. All such things could be discussed, could be explained in such interactive teaching. So please be ready for the classes and inform all other students that physics department has started online teaching in the form of video lectures, and department is going to have interaction with you at least one day in a week. Okay, got it? Tell this thing to your friends. Thank you. Have a good day. We shall meet tomorrow.